So welcome everybody. Welcome to UI Suite meeting. Every 5 weeks we gather and we talk about design system in Drupal. And UI Suite people, we are doing 2 jobs. We are proposing a definition to Drupal Core to describe design system parts. So the good news is this job, we will stop doing it soon because core will be complete. But we still have a second job, is to load those definitions and connect them to Drupal API. So for this, we are proposing 5 modules, that's 4 plus 1, soon a 6th one, and some theme as example. So as usual, we talk about some share subjects, the modules and the team, and then a bit the community. So it will be your usual meeting. The most important subject now is Drupal 11.3 because the feature freeze is in 2 weeks. So as you can see, we are not I don't know the opposite of late. We are not early. We have 4 big issues to learn to Drupal 11.3 and a lot of small ones. So those big issues are adding a style API for style utilities, helpers, mod, and theme switching. Florent will tell us about this. There is adding a design token and CSS variable API for the runtime tokens, a bit like what USkin is doing. We have started, but we will do most of the work in Vienna during workshop. There is adding an icon form element by David. So he's working on it right now. He started after Drupalcon Spain a few weeks ago. And there is mine, allow schema references in ADC prop schema. So this one is very strategic because it's the main one to secure compatibility between Canva and UI patterns. So I didn't start, but I'm still targeting 26th of October. So if you want to help by joining us on those issues or by taking smaller one, you have 2 weeks between feature freeze and you are welcome. So the most advanced is add style API. Florent, you want to tell us a bit about that?
Yes. So really started 2 weeks ago, the implementation. So here first you have a core issue where this is happening. We have moved into core the style definition, the style plugin manager, also a basic styles form element to easily handle and include style selection in forms. What else? And also, yes, we are altering, also proposing some alteration for renderer, attribute object, attribute helper, bubble metadata, etc., to apply automatically those styles, because compared to what UI styles is doing with only CSS classes, now style API in core will handle of course CSS classes like UI styles does, but it'll also handle theme mods, which are parts of UI skins. So this part of UI skins will be in core and in UI styles too. And
also other attribute.
And also, yes, more than CSS classes, potentially any kind of attributes, and also handling library, assets library dependency, and also bubbleable metadata. So you can apply easily stuff.
So we are not porting UI style to core. Huh? What we are doing to core is way better than UI styles.
Yeah,
We have the experience of UI styles to bring a brand new API to core, which is better.
Yes, and also some a few tests has been implemented. What remains mainly are tests implementation. But before doing test implementation, we are asking, we are waiting a little bit for reviews if we missed some stuff. And in the meantime, I'm on multiple merge requests on the different modules of the ecosystem to prepare for usage directly of this API, to switch to this API. So most of the part will be, of course, UI styles, but also we have UI skins impacted by the fact that we will remove theme mode management from it, directly handled in UI styles. And also some stuff, for example, which are in UI styles because the style API is not from core. Now with the style API directly in core, we can move some stuff from UI styles into UI patterns directly, etc., etc.
Cool. Cool. So people can go to the merge request, clone, test, do feedback.
Exactly.
So I hope you will do. I hope someone will do from the meeting. Okay, thank you. Yeah, and we have a good news. You remember this slide from last week, from last month, with me and Jean. I told you about Florent. It's done. So now it's official. Florent is a core maintainer. Woo! Bravo, Florent.
Thank you. Not, I have not received any kind of additional access or stuff like that. I'm just in the maintainers.txt file.
It's already great. It's already great. And that means we are now maintaining three part of the theming and render API, and we are very happy, and we want to do the best for those API. And you replace nobody, Florent. Huh? You took an empty position. Yeah.
Yes.
So, as usual, we can congratulate ourselves. We reach for the first time since only the 1,100 installed for UI pattern 2, 1,200 installed for UI styles, and UI icon reach 1,000 and 1,100. So we are still growing. The other module are growing too, but we didn't reach a round number yet. So let's talk about this next month. Display Builder. So I do the usual introduction. I'll let Jean continue. So yeah, you know, we want a new Display Builder. I think you heard about that, and we want it to be design system native. We use our API, unified building experience, so to cover everything display building in Drupal and modern advanced features. Jean, you want to tell us a bit?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. So Display Builder is still there, going pretty well, going forward, kind of. So what about that? Okay, just the team contributing. I had some help from some committers, which is great, and we had some very good advancement on some part on the layout builder migration. We will have a demo later by Pierre. So we want to keep, even if our secret goal is to replace layout builder, we still have to live with it for now, and we want to provide as smooth as possible migration from layout builder. But of course, the final plan is just to replace once for all, but it will come later. So we had some great advancement on that, and a lot of bug fixes and quality of life, and some architectural changes again, just to be sure our code is clean. So we were a bit optimistic on the beta one. It's still pushed a bit, mostly because we have the more tests introduced. We had now for a while some end-to-end tests with Playwright that are running directly on our code base, which is pretty great because it helps cover really the user experience on using the display builder. We could have, if we have some time, I could have a quick demo of running the Playwright test we have. We try to cover as much part possible on the user side. And we had some security. Yeah, we didn't go through much about the permission on our API. We were very generic at the beginning on the permission. The API is how the display builder is talking with the Drupal through routes provided as an API. And we had to check to be sure everything is correct because we are dealing with a lot of different entities, page, blog, content, content entities. So we have to be sure, and views. So we have to be sure it's matching. We don't want any problem on the security side, and it's because we would like to, as soon as possible, to be included in the security advisory of Drupal. We didn't opt in yet because of this part, but we want with Beta 1 to be able to opt in and be more secure, as secure as possible. And yeah, with Beta 2 came the translation part, which is a common work mostly on UI patterns, more than display builder. This is where the biggest work will come. And we hope it will help us in display builder to be as multilingual as possible. We have the great need for that because we are mostly European developers, so we know we are not English only, and we often need the multilingual support, or at least not English for sure, but the multilingual support. So it's something important for us. Other projects, sometimes when they are mostly US based, don't have this kind of needs, but for us it's an important need. And that's it. If Pierre, you have something on the...
No, it just Beta 1 was not delivered in September. It will be delivered in October, but there is a reason for that. We have adding some tasks and some good tasks to the scope.
Yeah, we added some tasks, but we will try to not add too much tasks. But that's right. But it's because to explain our goal, at least my goal and our goal for Beta is to be feature complete for sure, and a bit started the test coverage and the end-to-end testing, and to be as close as possible to something you accept to be ready to use in your website. Even if you want, we will not guarantee, but if you want on production, and be almost stable. Really, we just want to have bugs, UX bugs on our JavaScript part is a bit is not as clean as I would like. So we will have some bugs on the JavaScript part, but on the back we want a solid API. We want everything tested and solid on the PHP side. And so, because we are dealing a lot with config and configuration, so when all that is solid, we can say we are almost ready to be used by real-world project. That's kind of my goal for Beta, and because we still have to decide, depending when the Beta is out, not much stuff to do, but then we have the decision of trying to start to be in an upgrade path for each Beta, which unfortunately add more work when you have to think about the upgrade path of the module. And we are not sure if we want to not waste, but have so much time on just upgrade path and not on the focus on what we want to do on the core part and the JavaScript part, the main part of the project. So that's it. Only 10 left, 11, but one is in merge. Is almost ready to merge. So about storage stability and production readiness, we want to be. When we say production, it's more in a Drupal production mode. For now, we still have some because we are dealing with we are working directly in the front end theme. We are dealing with the render API cache and the dynamic page cache, which is great in Drupal but can cause us some trouble. And we want reactivity, and we don't want to flush too hard the caches when we are dealing with the front part. So that's something important we would like to finish for beta. And the collaboration SSE, which have some small bugs left, but is on a good way. And it's I'm not sure if it's more important, but it's more impressive for sure. Collaboration, being able to edit in the same time. We will have to polish it a bit after we fix the last bugs to make it a bit more visible on what's happening and who is doing what. But it's working great. I hope perhaps we'll have a little demonstration.
Yes, I hope it will went well, but it will go well.
There is still some trouble, but with SSE, but the main part is done. Thanks mostly to Florent, that works a lot on this part with the help of Pierre. But so that's a great feature, added feature.
Okay, so let's deliver this beta one when it's ready.
Soon.
So there is another issue, collaboration toolbar. Talking about that because I know people come to me with this question, and so we decided to start the task for now for a few reasons, mainly because navigation module is not stable yet, and also because navigation module is not playing nice with admin toolbar. So we may talk about that in a few weeks, in the next monthly. You can see the navigation toolbar in action in my demo because my local environment has it, but it will not be there for beta 1. So demo. Let's redo some demo of last month, but with 1 month more of work. Import from Layout Builder. So I'm here. You know, this is fresh Drupal. I have both Layout Builder and Dispaly Builder installed. And I will start to build something with Layout Builder because Layout Builder is here for many years. So I can, for example, add my kool section from Bootstrap because I'm using US Bootstrap. I will add a block. For example, it will be the image block on the left. Image block. I can add the tags. Normal Layout Builder stuff. Here I will add a component because it's possible, thanks to UI pattern. I will add an alert component with a cool success variant. And on my heading, I will add my title field. Okay, so this is classic Layout Builder and UI pattern 2 experience. So you know that already. This is what you use on your project. And yeah, let's keep it. Okay, it was a lot of click, because it's Layout Builder. So let's save, and let's say now you want to switch to Dispaly Builder. So the first good news is if you activate Dispaly Builder, both will still be available and work. For example, I can still open Layout Builder, and Dispaly Builder will be in it with. Yeah, okay. So I did a test. It kept the previous test on. Okay. Anyway, it will work. You will see. So it will be in it with the data from Layout Builder. So let's do the test again with teaser. Up quickly. You got the ID. I will put the alert, only the alert, because let's keep things simple. Where is the alert? I'm lost. Okay, so the card, like that. I move stuff around, like that, and like that. Okay, I don't need this. I save. I activate Display Builder. And you will see Display Builder will be in it with the card and all my field with expected configuration. So we are migrating automatically from Layout Builder to Display Builder. So imagine you are starting like that, and you are testing Display Builder, but you are not sure because you love Layout Builder still. So you can play a bit with Display Builder. So I will go to my card. I will apply a style. I will buy the info subtitles background, for example. Okay, like that. It's beautiful. I save. On my log, I saved here. But I'm just playing around. I didn't jump into Display Builder now. I'm evaluating it. So I'm go back to Layout Builder because Layout Builder is my stuff. And here you see I didn't get the style, but I will do my own stuff. I will remove the image and I will put a shadow. Order. No, where is shadow? The shadow is here. A big shadow. Okay? And if I save and I go back to the Display Builder, I got a new import. And if I go there, I have the shadow and not the image. So of course, the new import has overridden what I did before, but still it's iterative. You can take time to jump into Display Builder. You can have both at the same time. And if you have both saved, Display Builder will be the winner. It's cool, no? I don't see the screen, but I'm sure you love it. So once beta 1 is released, you can go and test, and you will have a good starting point testing it for your project. So second demo, I will put my screen here, and here I have a second user. Okay, my user is called Hello, and my first user is called admin. Okay. Before the meeting, I did a little work, a little task. I went to my profile and I added real-time collaboration island. This island is doing some magic. If it's activated, I will add the page layout here. You remember this demo was a demo of last week when last month when I did a user profile page. So I'm doing the same now. I build my display. So this is my display builder, and I'm going to both. Okay, so now let's see if it works. But normally, if I start to work on one of the window with the user, something will happen. I move page title here. It's crazy. I did the test just before. So it will be next month. Okay, I will empty my cache. Okay, so now they recognize themselves here. Let's try to add another bar. Okay, it doesn't work. It's crazy because I'm doing this demo privately to many people all the time. That as soon as we are on the monthly, something is happening. Okay, so you have to trust me, and I give you. Let's have a demo at the next meeting. So with Dispaly Builder, we are using the modernest core API. That's why we will target Drupal 11.3. So what are we using? We are using everything design system related, like SEC, icons, style, design token. And some of them will only land thanks to Florent in Drupal 11.3. And we are also using HKMX, the new event stream response from Symfony 7, and the navigation toolbar once it's ready and playing nice with the other toolbars. So as you see, we are very, very modern module. So if you are interested, you can join us. We have a Slack channel, and we are actively working, and we are sharing and exchanging, and you can pick your beta ticket. So let's continue and speak about UI pattern 2. Christian, you want to take this part? Okay, maybe he's not with us.
In case, Christian, you are muted. Just
Yeah, no, actually not. I'm not prepared.
Okay. So I will do it. So
that's okay if you want. I can do it. But
okay, Michael is here.
okay. No, but you can do it if you want.
No, go. It's your module.
Yes. So last time I think we already presented 209. No, I'm not sure. I'm not prepared neither, but that's okay. So we are trying in UI patterns to make regular releases. We are not really planning the releases with a fixed scope. So we treat new features and little fixes on the go.
Mm-hmm.
So as you can see in 209, we fixed a few bugs and we did a few tasks. I'm just looking at some of them interesting. For example, we filter out no UI components. We have one very interesting about views. This is the third one in tasks on the left. So we sometimes we have components which expect in slots some arrays of stuff, and when you are using Drupal views, it's interesting that we can treat rows as array of fields instead of a strange renderable rendered by views. So we have treated this this issue to be able to plug easily views rows to slots in a natural manner. Also, we have added a few other fixes. One of the change we have added in the 209 introduced a little performance issue, so we fixed it in 2010, and also maybe the most interesting feature we added was the support of tokens in UI patterns. So Rajab, which is here, I think, did the first issue on supporting tokens in attributes. And so we had this in mind for a long time. So it has given us some motivation to support tokens almost everywhere where it makes sense. So we have added this framework with now you can put a token in an integer prop, you can put a token in various sources. So it's very interesting. I think we did not finish the job yet for supporting attributes. I don't remember, but it will be done soon. So we have a lot to go on UI patterns, and we are still very motivated, and we are happy. We are happy that the people seem to love it, so we are happy.
Mm-hmm. That's the most important. So for pattern 2.1, configuration will be the big stuff, and Florent work on it. It's always Florent. Florent work on it, And you can give a look on the issue because it's ready to be merged. So if you want to test the issue with your own project, you can. I think most of you still have a UI pattern 1 project because UI pattern 1 is still 6 times more popular than UI pattern 2. And it will be a good opportunity now to think about migrating to UI pattern 2.
Just one stuff, an additional point, Pierre. I forgot to write it on the slide. Yeah, I tested the upgrade on a client project, in which I have time to make the upgrade. But that's why I want to ask people to test the upgrade, because maybe there had been some usage of UI patterns 2, of UI patterns 1, which are not covered yet by the upgrade. Yes, I'm currently working on that, but it has also been initialized with Dual, FR, and Nikolai. And next week, Nicolas expect hopefully to cover the upgrade with automated tests, so that we will be more reassured of that. And after those automated tests of the different cases we encounter on our projects, it will be ready to merge and maybe later completed if people found other cases. But yes, it is almost ready to be merged. Yes.
Cool. It will be a game changer.
I hope so.
I hope we will see the number of UI pattern 1 decreasing and the UI pattern 2 numbers increasing. So let's talk about the other team, Canva. So first, congratulations to them. They reached beta 1 and then even reached beta 2 today. So there was a few months between last alpha and first beta, and now they are changing the beta. So it's a lot of work. They work very hard, and we are happy they are reaching the state. So congratulations to the guys. But us, we are mostly worrying on the compatibility between UI pattern 2 and Canva. We created 2 issues on their side because Canva, unfortunately, it's breaking UI pattern 2. If you have the 2 installed side by side, you get fatals from their side, but concerning part of UI pattern 2. So let's help them to fix that. Most of the issues are related to JSON schema references were not properly handled on their side. Us, what can we do? First, we don't break them. So that's a good start. We are not breaking them, but we can do some little stuff. We can improve, for example, the compatibility with their API by introducing 2 new prop types, image and text area. I'm not in love with those prop types. I don't think they are nice or wishable, but still they will be used. So we can introduce them. And that's not all. Even if we are not breaking each other, when it will be fixed, we will still not play nice with each other because we both did the same mistake. We are decorating ATC plugin manager, but we are not using these decorations the good way because we are still considering ATC plugin manager as an extension, except not decorated. So we will work on our side. Christian here will fix that, and once it will be fixed on our side, we will create an issue for them so they can fix it too. If we all fix that, the compatibility will be complete, because I mean both plugin manager will be chainable. So first, they run their code and then we run our code after, or the other way around. So big work ahead, and I hope they will be collaborative. Other big subject, symmetric translation. Christian, you want to talk about that? Or I do?
Yeah, I can talk a bit. So we are preparing right now the for UI patterns fields, the translation mechanism. Right now it works out of the box with the default Drupal translation mechanism, but it doesn't work with symmetric translations. You maybe know this from Layout Builder and this stuff. So what you plan to do is to make the UI patterns field multi-language, and if it's multi-language, we can decide if the translation is symmetric or asymmetric. That's actually all. And we can decide this on field base. So if you have multiple display builders on your site, you can say one is symmetric, one is not symmetric. And I think it's quite flexible, much more flexible when Layout Builder is right now. And yeah, that's from my side everything. Pierre, do you have something to add?
Yeah, just a technical explanation. So we are introducing two concepts. First, every source will be identified by a node ID, like Dispaly Builder is doing. And that's a revolutionary concept from Christian. Translation will be a flat list of sources. That means we will rebuild the tree by replacing the source from the tree by the source from the list. And then we will be able to move things around. We will be able to play with the builder without breaking any translation. So doing that, we are doing better than both Layout Builder symmetric translation and Layout Builder asymmetric translation. So this is the addition to the API. You see, it's pretty straightforward. The difficulty will be what Christian told us. It will be the switch between symmetric and asymmetric. So if we go full symmetric or full asymmetric, it will be easy. If we allow people to switch on the go, we need to think about some tricky mechanism. But we are thinking about that. And of course, Dispaly Builder will leverage this too. Everything we are doing on UI pattern is benefiting to Dispaly Builder. So Icon API, there is nothing new, except David working on the form element. Jean, if you have something to add, you are free. And UI style and UI skin. Florent?
Yes. Also maybe about your UI icons, people are Stephen Musgrave asked, I think it was yesterday or day before, maybe for potential stable release soon, hopefully. It seems that depending on people stable minimum stability in their composer.json, it provokes some little problems to them to require and the dependencies, but that's it. For UI style releases, yes, 2 releases in September. Mostly the second one was a hotfix for the previous one. So yeah, mainly code updates. We remove the needed to patch Cyberworm library. And what else too? I think we require now PHP 8.3. And yes, that's it. You can go on. UI skins the same, because I synchronize the UI skins, UI styles, UI example releases. Yeah, mainly code maintenance with new logos, etc., etc.
So what will happen with UI style and UI skin next week? We will get next year. we will get 2 new major releases, UI Styles 2 and UI Skin 2. And those release will be new generation module based on core API, like UI Pattern 2 and UI Icon. And so we are moving to UI Suite 2 ecosystem. And as Florent told you before, the scope have changed because team and mode switching will go from UI Skin to UI Style. Looking forward for that, it will be the first semester of 2026. UI example, same. And let's talk about the theme. Laurent?
Yes, sorry. So Bootstrap 5 mainly also code management, but as it has some bug fixes, I made some releases. And yes, most important one was for 5.2.0 beta 4, because some finally being able to reproduce some kind of auto-loading issues. So to allow people to get easily the fix, I made a new release. Otherwise, yes, it is mainly code maintenance.
Okay, cool. So, Michael, something to say about DSFR or nothing?
Yes, why not? We are now we are kind of stable with the DSFR theme. We are now release 1.14.2. The numbering of the theme is following major number and minor number of the upstream library. And so we haven't started yet the DSFR chart library, but soon.
Cool.
So we are, and we have an increasing user base. If I follow the Drupal numbers, but they are not accurate because websites are supposed not to advertise that they use this. So.
Yeah. That's the issue with government website. Yeah. Christian, there is something cool with.
Yeah. I want we integrate the storybook in Daisy UI, and we optimize the story, or we add a bunch of new features to the SDC add-on storybook plugin, which is I think now a really cool plugin. And maybe I can give you a short demo of the new features.
Let's have a demo.
Yeah, let's have a demo. Let's see. I hope my so we have some new features. I will start it right now, and then I go through the features shortly. So the first new feature is, so this is the Storybook SDC add-on, which now supports multiple namespaces. So you can load SDC components not only from your base theme or from your theme, you can also integrate multiple other SDC components. And this is quite straightforward. Maybe, I'm not sure, is this on the left side? Is this large enough? Is it possible to see code here, or?
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay. So exactly. So you have now a nice configuration where you can say, where are my other namespaces? In this case, my parent namespace. So I have the base. Here's the base theme, and here is my custom components from the base theme. This case. So the second one is you can use Twig or Twink. I'm not sure if everyone knows this. There's in the JavaScript world, this add-on renders the the components with JavaScript only, so there is no PHP included here. And there are two libraries right now in the JavaScript world for the rendering Twig. It's Twink with N and Twig. And you can switch here. You can say Twig or Twink, and he loads the library behind. That's also quite cool because Twink is working much better from my point of view. It's a bit larger from download size, but it's working much more like the PHP version. So, and I think it's very important for developing components. The third one is that you can use the story format. I'm not sure if everybody knows this from UI patterns. For UI patterns, or there's also for other SCC component modules, you can define your stories in YAML files where you can compose your components you want. For example, here I have my primary component, my primary story, and I have here, for example, 2 buttons, and I can simply remove them or add them, and you can really compose this. Also here you see you have an icon here, and you can, on the fly, you can remove this icon, for example. Or, yeah. And it works out of the box, mostly like the PHP version does. If you have some features in your YAML, you can extend this with story renderer components. So, for example, here's an icon property. If you want to have something different, which renders different, you can extend this in your here in the configuration. Just a short example is here. There's a renderer here. Yeah, maybe that's too technical now. But here, for example, it's a render for icons. And the last one, you can add your own extensions to Twink. So own Twig extensions also for the icon here. So that it really should work. Everything which works in PHP works also here. And you have all the storybook features, of course, like docs and so on. And
Okay, that's great.
Mhm.
So you are plugging the stories from UI pattern to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So-
great.
And they should work mostly out of the box.
Cool.
Mhm.
Cool. There is only 10 minutes, so I will rush, and then if we have question, we will ask question later. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Sharing the screen. Okay. Before closing the meeting, let's talk again about Canva. Maybe you have tried to use US theme with Canva and you got a few issues. So let's have a review together. First, Canva is skipping the component if there is at least one object prop without a ref, which doesn't make sense because when you have a ref, normally in John's schema, you don't have a type object because the type object is coming from the ref. So it's weird. It's skipping component if at least one prop is required, but without an example, which is also weird in a JSON schema point of view because it's the role of default property, not the role of example property. And if there is no prop schema, it's skipping too. So what we see is most of our components are not loaded in Canva for a bad reason. And once they are loaded, what is happening? We have fatals. If you have variants, fatal. If you have a string enum with integer, with the value castable as integer, so not with integer, fatal too. So today, I think the Canva team needs some help. We will help them, but it's too early to test our theme with Canva. Canva has too many issues. too many quirks and fatal errors. So first we will do some issue on the Canva issue queue, and then we will think about how can we make our theme compatible. Community and events. So next, this is a teasing. Next monthly, we will tell you about something very cool. So I will not say more. I think you can guess with a screenshot. But stay tuned and come back next week because we will talk about a brand new subject for us. The website is still live, and we got more engagement and more views since we have the website on our video, so it's great. Next week is Drupalcon Vienna with 2 talks, one about design system in Drupal and one about HTMX in Core, both on Thursday. So come visit us. It will be great. And if you want to reach us in Vienna, I can do a private demo. I can show you the real-time collaboration working this time. So because I will not have the malediction of a monthly meeting, and you can get a cool Dispaly Builder business card as a souvenir. Roma too, with Michael, we are thinking about going there. It's not 100% sure yet. Sharik was thinking about that too, but it's cancelled. There is Nara with Drupac doing a talk about UI Suite, so it's great. And that's all. That's all for now. We still grow because we are now at 280 people on Slack channel, and we see more and more people contributing. So it's great, very great. Yes, Lucas.
Just before you're closing, could I get briefly some attention?
Oh,
or...
yes, now it's chit chat, and see if people want to stay, they stay.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Right, should I go ahead? Okay,
Yeah,
right.
go.
Right. So let me briefly share just a couple of slides I did. So what I just recently started contacting people in the Drupal community about Kern UX. So this is an initiative from the German government in a way, or from a couple states within Germany. And essentially, they built their own design system that is user-centered, and most importantly, it's accessible first. And so the primary target audience is the public sector in Germany, but essentially it's a design system, so it can be used for anything. They provide Figma out of the box. They support also HTML, CS, of course. They're considering adding penpod support or replacing Figma with penpod in the future, just because it's more open source. But essentially, what their goal is to basically have better accessible or just better UX and more accessible UX for the public sector, a more deterministic quality, make it easier to comply with laws. Obviously, accessibility is a big topic there. Essentially, what they're saying, they think that with a good design system built for accessibility, you can cover about 80% of what you need to create an accessible web application. So it's not 100%. You still need to think about accessibility, but you get much closer to it. And then they also want to really instill a collaborative mindset within the public sector. And obviously, then also development costs should go down and time to market. So they have very detailed documentation on their website for each of their components, not just covering what it is, but really different variations of it, best practices using it, specific sections on accessibility with further references to relevant content. So I think this is really helpful. as I mentioned in the beginning, it's launched by 2 states within Germany. And there's a lot of kind of, it comes kind of with a similar spirit as OpenDesk and what Zendesk is doing. I don't know if you're aware of this. OpenDesk is essentially an M365 replacement. And so there's a lot of push going on in Germany around this topic. And they do have a vibrant community now. So several other states have joined and have contributed to React, Vue.js, and Angular support. And the next step that they're looking into is obviously adding some more components. But the reason why I'm here today is that they're also looking to have first-party integration with CMS like Typo3. There's already a group working on it. And I'm currently trying to find some people in the Drupal community that are interested in also doing the same, integrating it with Drupal itself. Now, I did mention the biggest kind of drawback of this. This is the last line. Currently, everything they do is German only. So I'm talking to them about this. I'm actually in Switzerland. I am in the German-speaking part, but my goal is actually to bring it to Switzerland. And obviously, we have 4 different languages. It's not realistic to have all official Swiss languages covered. So I'm hoping to at least get them to start on the code level at the very least, do everything in English. And then on the content itself, a lot of it can be decently done maybe through automated translations. And maybe in the long run, we can also maintain a German and an English version. There's already at least one person from the German-speaking Drupal community that is interested. I'm talking to a couple others. Again, I mentioned the Typo3 people. They're just starting. They're totally open to collaborating because there might be obviously similar challenges integrating with the CMS. So in that spirit, if you're interested, please contact me. I guess I didn't put my email address in the slides, but let's put it here real quick. I'm on Slack. Some of you might know me because I'm partially at fault for bringing Symfony into Drupal. So at least some people might know my name that way. All right. If there are any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Yeah, I have no question, but yeah. Yeah, Jean, please.
Sorry, I have a little question. So you say it was initiated by Dataport, the company. Are they still doing the maintenance or the evolution of the project, or?
Yeah, so there's basically the state Hamburg and Schleswig-Holstein, they initiated the project, and Dataport, of course, is actually owned by 4 states in Germany, and Hamburg and Schleswig-Holstein are among those. So they are kind of the main maintainers, and they have a budget on which they work. But now more and more states are joining, and more municipalities are joining, and they're contributing their time. There is currently debate actually moving kind of the ownership of the project to the German state level. So FITCO would then own the project.
Oh, okay, so that's why that was like my second question. Is there a plan coming from the states to the higher to be like, because as you know, in France, when we start to have a national regulation around the design system. This is what's interesting, I think. It's when the country is starting to put some regulation, so it's becoming mandatory at some point for some website to use the design system, the official design system. So that's where it's really becoming very interesting on the usage, and where it's pop. You have to force a bit people at some point.
Yeah. So I don't know if there are thoughts about making it kind of legally required, but of course there are now legal requirements around accessibility that are kind of making people move a bit more and think about how to become compliant. So I think that is definitely creating some pressure. And as I mentioned, I'm trying to kind of bring this design system also to Switzerland. So I work at a university. We are starting to use Kern UX for our projects, but we are now starting to talk to relevant people to bring it also to maybe make it the federal design system as well. And obviously, as you mentioned, France, again, this entire digital sovereignty topic has actually brought countries together, right? So France is collaborating with Germany and other countries now for M365 replacements, right? And so I think there is now much more kind of willingness to collaborate across countries. And I know France is traditionally very focused on its own technology, but they are adopting some German technology and vice versa. So I think there's a lot of potential there. So I think at the very least, even if this will not become Drupal's official design system, I think strategically it's very useful for Drupal to be integrated with this, just to be able to succeed in the public sector in Germany and maybe Switzerland and other countries in the future.
Yeah, for sure. That's one of our goal, to have this kind of entry point for design system with Drupal, and being Drupal design system first. That's one of our goals. So that's very interesting. I will try to have a little look. Unfortunately, I don't have much time, but I will try to help and see, and for sure see as soon as we start to have something for Drupal, to see how it works with Dispaly Builder, to have the full setup at the end, to have everything working fine.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Shibin, you raise your hand, no?
Yeah, I was just wanted to tell Lucas that I'm interested, and I'm based in Hamburg, work for Factorial, and I've tried to get Factorial's attention to this as well, so that we can have some moment here. I think, like Christian, it will be also good for you, right? Being based in Germany, as you pitch for government projects as well, right? So,
yes, I'm also interested. So it would be, maybe we can work together, or maybe a bunch of people would be cool to.
So let's collaborate on this. I think we have the technical expertise to do this, so it should be a no-brainer for us. Okay, so
awesome.
Cool. So you went to the right meeting, Lucas.
It sounds like it.
Miguel, you wanted to add something? No, I am wrong, maybe.
Okay. He's no more here.
Okay. So too late. Miguel. So someone has questions. Someone want to add some information. Thank you, Rajab. See you soon. So okay, so we can close. So next mostly you will get the demo again, and it will work, and it will be beautiful, and we will celebrate I think big release and big merge in Drupal Core, and you will discover a new secret project. So
I'm very interested. What's it?
You have to come back next month.
Yeah.
So let's just set the date. So it's every 5 weeks. So 5 weeks from now, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It will be the 13th of November. Is it okay?